Say, man, you're in a privileged position right now. You're in a place to be.
With TKB, the Bushleague Sports Friends Fantasy Show.
When are we making them beats again?
Trenches. Come get some work on your free time. Nico Trenches, we train O-line and D-line. Getting sacks on quarterbacks, you know we live. When you kick at 45, keep your nose on his inside. You better punch something, keep your feet moving, dog. My 3 tech and 1 tech, they some real hoes. My DN 6'5", he ain't got no flaws. Good grades, good feet, man, he got it all. I said it crazy, he'll snatch something. Real aggressive jump, said he tryna grab something. If the old don't shoot their hands, you better jab some. You better stab some, bull then snatch some. From the youth to the pros, we get it in. If you ain't watching film, you ain't trying to win. If he close the beat gap, then you gotta spin. If you get around the edge, then you gotta bend. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at.
When are we making them beats
I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. Where the lineman at? Where the lineman at? D tackle, do your dance. D ends, do your dance. Centers, do your dance. Guards, do your dance. Tackle, do your dance. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at.
For John Jerry's Rock'em Sock'em Hockey.
I was getting snacks, and I was taking photos in the back of all the students.
Wait a minute, Grace, you're 19 years old.
I'm talking about Mountain Dew, baby. All right.
He called me baby.
The return to glory.
I never thought we'd see anything that could rival the hug with his father in 1997, but we just did. That will be the greatest scene in golf
for the next
forever.
little while. We're going to show you
Jim
what I call Rock'em Sock'em Hockey. We're going to start with the goaltenders. Now, why would anybody want to be a goaltender? Blue likes them, but she's a little flaky too.
Show me what you're working with. Come on.
Angie Dundee, Ali's trainer, right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Everybody that you fight is not your enemy.
Where my dogs
Everybody
at?
that helps you is not your friend.
Where my dogs at?
And that's what life's gonna be.
Now. Some of y'all got great dogs. What about that sandbox? This would be some perfect theme speed, though. It's like you in a theme park.
Frontside 1080 double court.
So you need some
the money
theme
meter.
Yeah.
Backside triple court. 1440. Salute to the crowd.
All right, Mark, congratulations for the second time in your career. 2 gold medals and 1 X Games.
What?
I'm here with the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, why'd you take your pants off?
I like that. Now break that down for me. Now.
Brady goes for the big ball to Moss. He reels it in with Brady within to Moss. Touchdown Patriots.
I'm sure you've experienced this moment where you skate down the street and some shit for brains yells out of his window, "Do a kickflip! Do a kickflip! Do a kickflip!" That's it.
The look away. Collection. Jordan.
Stars in female school lined up in the women's singles final on centre court. Serena Williams faced Maria Sharapova, winning just 1 game in the whole match.
Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr! Orr from the Boston Bruins!
Play, folks, the handsome stone. A lot here, and who pays rent? All falls down, and Casper slides it home. The old man wouldn't have been happy about this, Brent. And Casper says, "Thank you."
And thank you for holding tight. Your host, the Bushleague Sports Show, will be with you in a minute.
Let me explain something about greatness. We admire greatness. We worship almost greatness. But greatness doesn't mean goodness. I've met a lot of great people, and most of them weren't good people. So I decided I want to be a good person.
Yeah.
And greatness doesn't mean shit to me. My greatness shows by my goodness.
You guys want to see the 900?
Tony was either gonna make it or kill himself trying.
900 with him is 10 years deep.
Trying it so many times, I started to feel like this could be the ultimate disappointment, you know, if I just can't do it. So that's why I was willing to just stick it at any cost, you know, if it meant that I was going to get taken out and taken to the hospital, so be it.
The crowd wanted
9, 9, 9, 9.
Bet against me. Bet against me. Tell me it's not going to happen. Tell me it's going to fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, look at this. Tony Hawk, everybody. 900.
This is what our team right here.
That's
Man.
it.
Yeah. We pick each other up when the other person's down, and we go out, and this is how we play. We're going to keep doing it. After the team, on 3, we go pray.
Yeah, we got to get prayer.
1, 2, 3, team!
Welcome, everybody, to the first ever Bushleague Sports Show. I'm your host, TKB. I'm stoked to be here tonight. It's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to do this for a while. We're coming fresh off of Mahomes' pick, TD return. We're here for episode 1. I'm stoked to be here. Like I said, this is something I've been dreaming about and thinking about doing for a long time. Anybody knows me knows I like sports. I've been playing sports, started with hockey probably when I was 5, 6 years old, and always had a love for sports, always had a love for fantasy sports, and just doing all kinds of stuff. Obviously, Bush League, it just kind of overcoming and having fun and doing things you love, no matter how old you are or what level you get to, anything like that. And obviously my last name too, right? But I'm just stoked to be here chatting with you guys all about this. Going to be breaking down fantasy sports, getting into hockey, baseball, all kinds of things over time. The show will really start football heavy for the first little while, and really excited to bring my co-host up here in a bit. It's going to be just so fun to chat with Sleep and hang out with him and go through this show and just chat about all things action sports too. We'll get into all kinds of skateboarding, snowboarding, X Games. I'm sure we'll get into all kinds of stuff. We're going to touch on a lot of different things. We want to, bring everything and chat about all kinds of stuff. But I just really, really excited to be here and just talk fantasy, tell you guys about the league, tell you guys all about just everything that's going on in the sports, give you our picks for the year, AFC, NFC, where we think the Super Bowl's going, maybe where to take your lineup this Sunday, a few other things. But without further ado, I'll bring up the co-host, Sleep here, see what he has to say tonight. I'm excited to be doing this with him. How are you doing tonight, buddy? What's going on?
Hey, doing great, man. Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here today. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. Just got done with my daughter's volleyball game. Didn't go so well for her, but I'm hoping my fantasy lineup does a little bit better. Not looking good either yet in this game, but hey, we got a full season ahead of us, and we're going to be right here with you all the way through, man. I'm excited.
Nice. Love it. No, obviously, yeah, you're coming way down from Texas. I'm up in Saskatchewan here hanging out, and like say, you didn't have Kelsey at all, did you? You suffering that pain?
Yeah, Kelsey's hurting me right now. I got his back up in there, Noah. We're doing okay. I think he's 2 catches, 7 yards. We still got what do we got? About a quarter and a half left of football to play.
Yeah, I got the TV updated with the game as we go and see how that goes. I kind of skipped Kelsey most of the drafts this year because I was like, he's injured. I don't know. I'll try to get Andrews or someone else. And then I was just the grease ball that picked up Noah Gray everywhere I could today. So everybody's part. But obviously, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey? What you love doing and chatting about.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I'm the collaboration manager, community manager for Shredding Sassy. We're an up and coming action sports brand, both in the Web3 and Web2 space. We got all kinds of cool stuff and connections. Got a couple Olympic athletes working with us, Paralympic athletes working with us, and we're really trying to extend our reach Actually, man, we're really excited about it. Other than that, man, just an avid sports fan. I know you and I really connected on that, and we've been talking for a while. And I said, hey, man, I'd really love to do a sports space with you on Twitter, or now I guess what was formerly known as Twitter, now X. And it kind of evolved into this crazy thing we have right now. So I'm really excited. But I grew up playing hockey, football, soccer, skateboarding, snowboarding. I was huge into snowboarding when I was younger, and skateboarding, and just excited to be a part of this, man. I'm a Pittsburgh boy at heart. Grew up north of Pittsburgh, but however, I was in the service, so I was all over the place, and settled here in Texas, man. So we love it. We definitely love it.
Nice, awesome. Well, no, I'm stoked to be here. Obviously, honored to have you co-host with it. It's been something I've been wanting to do forever, and never really had someone who was willing to commit to it with me. And I guess I could have done it by myself, but I'm a guy that I like a good solid banter. I like a little back and forth, right? So I'm pretty pumped to chat with you today and get into all this. But I guess we got a lot of time to tell everybody all about us as we go and get into stories and stuff. I'm sure where you want to take this. Should we get into a few picks? Obviously, speaking of picks, Mahomes, right, threw game one there. Detroit returned her for 7 and tied her up, like you were saying. But let's see where our picks are going for this season. Maybe I know you want to get into that, and we can talk about the fantasy league too. Obviously, for anybody who's been following along, we did some drafts the last couple of weekends. We had I think 10 drafts altogether, a bunch of Web3 communities. Shouts to all of them for joining the Bush League draft and stuff. It was pretty cool to have so many people come together and do something like that, where we're all, playing and playing for one trophy and trying to do something cool together like that. So really excited to bring that forth. And for everybody that doesn't know, what we did is we got everybody, 10 different communities, they all got their own league, right? Like Shredding Sassy, you guys have your own. I've seen the boys were bantering back and forth today, lipping a little. It was fun kind of seeing everybody start to get going now that kickoff was happening in all leagues. There's 120 people, so pretty stoked to have that many people there and hanging out, playing in the league with us. And for anybody, we can show you the website too a little later in the show. We'll get into how the whole league works and everything like that. But I think we kick her off with a little bit of picks. I think. Hey, where do you want to start off?
Yeah, let's do that, man. Let me start off, and I'll take the AFC, and then I'll kick it over to you with the NFC, and let's go division, conference. I'll go division, you go division for NFC, and then we'll go conference, Super Bowl. How's that sound?
Okay, so yeah, who's coming out of the division? You're doing AFC, I'm doing NFC.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's do that.
I like it. You want to fire up first? Should we go back and forth? We'll go east, north, and
yeah, let's go back and forth real quick. Let's start with the North. I'll go AFC North. I've seen a lot of picks for Cincinnati. Cincinnati's has a strong team. They're coming off a lot of strong years, man. I'm going Baltimore. I'm thinking Lamar Jackson's going to have a breakout season this year, man. I'm going Baltimore. That's my pick for the AFC North. What do you got?
They got some stiff competition. I mean, yeah. I think as long as Dobbins, I think can get going, that'll be a big one. I'm really intrigued to see what Odell's going to do over there. Obviously, they got 3 big receivers: Odell, Bateman, and then the rookie coming in, Zay Flowers, right? So it's pretty cool to see what Baltimore's going to have going on there. I mean, since he's going to be tough, like I don't know if I'm fully sold and going to say like, yeah, they got her, but at the same time, like Steelers, I think they'll be good. They got Najee Harris and they got Pickens and Pickett. Like they're good, but I guess we'll see where it goes. You never know.
So being a Pittsburgh fan at heart, I will pick the Steelers to win every single game this year. I know we're doing our own picks, and I will pick them to win every single game, and I will come up with a good reason in my head on why they're going to win every single game.
You'll see 16-10 on the Broncos, or 17, I should say, on the Broncos this year, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But that's a good division. Like the Browns are one of my favorite fantasy teams, right? Chubb, Hunt was there for a long time. Obviously Baker moved on, but just that pretty stacked division when it comes to fantasy sports too, and excited to see if that's how it works out for you. I think for me, NFC North with the show, we're gonna go. There's all kinds of teams there, right? Obviously, one playing tonight here, they just made a big pick. I really honestly think Green Bay's been the stand out in the NFC North for a long time. are they? Oh, I almost fell over my chair. I'm so excited. But are they really going to keep rocking? And I don't think, right? Rogers is such a stud. I think they'll be really good. I think they're going to downfall a peg without him. We got, Fields in the Bears, great team, Vikings and Jefferson, and obviously Kirk Cousins. I just see some commercial there. He's with no shirt on chain. I was giggling a little bit, but it's a stacked division. But I honestly think Detroit, like I said, going into this game, and I guess maybe I was giving myself an out, but I said going into the game, hey, if Kels plays, I'm going to give the win to KC tonight. But I think Detroit's going to take it if he's not there. I think it's that close of a game where that one player makes a difference, and Detroit's in it right now. They could take it, but I think they're going to come out of the NFC North this year, because if that tandem of Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs could get going, Amar St. Brown, first touchdown of the year already in the bag, Goff is no slouch. They got a squad. I think Detroit's coming out of it.
So that's very interesting, and I never would have projected that. I would never would have predicted that. Even for this game without Kelsey, I still expected it to be strong-sided to KC. So this game is definitely going different than I expected. That's for sure, man. I'm trying to pull up my phone right now, get lineups, look at depth charts as we're going through this, so I can speak intelligently with you on it. But man, that's an interesting pick for sure. I agree with the Green Bay fact. I don't know if anybody's taking Minnesota down, man. I like Minnesota with Jefferson. Yeah, for sure.
No, I'll give you that one, because they're a solid squad. I mean, but again, Dalvin Cook's been the dog. He ain't there. Madison's good, but I want to see a game or two. Is Madison going to be the guy? He was a few times. I mean, he's proved it before that he can be the guy in certain situations. So we'll see. No, I'll give it to you. Where are we going with the next?
So let's take it to the West. I'm going to take it to the AFC West, and just kind of what we just talked about, man. I think that that KC is in a good spot to repeat. Not as Super Bowl champs. They're not my pick, but I think they're in a good spot to repeat. I mean, KC's untouchable, right? They're the Kansas City Chiefs. They're an easy choice in the West for sure.
I mean, you can't call it easy with the Broncos there, right? But when I see that, I'm not above below the sanity line. Maybe I am, but they obviously blew it bad last year. I'm a big fan of Russ, and obviously shouts to local weather, Russ's company, that sports drink company. But just they're my boys. I got to root for them. Like I said, I'm going to put 17 tenths on our pick'ems list on our blog on the Bushleague Sports website. So I mean, you got to go with them, but the chances are pretty slim. But at the same time, like KC, they'll probably keep doing it, and you're probably right, and it's hard to bet against them. I jokingly want to go Broncos, but if I'm being realistic, if I had to put some money on something, honestly, actually, I am a bit of a degenerate. I probably would still put money on the Broncos because I got better chance of winning more money. But
what were they, plus 600 on the year? What were they before this game?
You know what? I'm not
the Broncos. Sorry, Kansas City. Was Kansas City plus 600? Broncos must have been plus 6,000.
You know what? I'm not the most dialed in necessarily always on the betting odds, because I try not to spend too much on the gamble, so I ignore some of those.
Good call, man. Good call. Same here.
Maybe we'll get into it. Maybe I'll get into it a little more if that's what the people want down the road. But I'm more into fantasy, more into comedy, more into little things. So I sometimes I'm like, I don't know what the odds are. Like I'll only know them if I for some reason feel like I need some degenerate move, right? Like I've been in Vegas before, and I'd go down to the sports bettor, and it's like, 800-1 for the Red Wings to win the cup. Like, sure, let's put $100.
Oh yeah, you got to take that every year, man.
And then I'll know. I was like, I know that odds, but no. Otherwise, I don't necessarily follow it. So maybe that's not the best thing to admit. But hey, we're Bush League. We don't got to know everything.
I was walking into my daughter's volleyball game today, and I was talking with another dad, and I don't remember what I said to him. I said, where's the concession stand or something like that? Because my son was asking for a water, and he's like, did you want to know the line on the game? And I was like, no, man, I don't want to know the line on the game. Talking about my daughter's volleyball game, not the football game on right now. So he was messing around. We were having a good time.
All of a sudden, that'll be the way you find out that they're gambling on the kids' game in the back.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, yeah, coming out of the NFC West there, we got I don't know if it's the most stacked division. Like the Rams, they used to be glorious. Again, I got to see it, but going into week 1 without Cup, tough deal, right? San Francisco 49ers. Gosh, yeah. So San Francisco's 49ers. I'll talk about the other two, but I think they're the team, right? Like, I mean, I think they're absolutely stacked. You got Kittle. Like especially when it comes to fantasy sports too, like maybe Purdy isn't necessarily like a top draft option, but we'll see what he can do this year. But I mean, Samuel, Ayuk, obviously McCaffrey's going 1, 2, 3 almost in any draft. This is for McCaffrey. He's always he's been the dog in Carolina all those years, but I feel like it's always been like they haven't necessarily been the greatest team. No offense to them. They've had DJ Moore. They've had some good players, but they haven't always been the most powerful offense. And I feel like I really want to see what McCaffrey does this year. He's got a chance to just go on easy mode with Debo and all those guys around him, right? So it's going to be, I think, pretty easy to see how that goes. And Seattle, I'm not quite settled on the backfield. Kenneth Walker, and I guess, again, got to see it. Geno's a stud, though. I'll give him that. He plays hard, and I'm excited to see all he can do. I don't know what are your thoughts on Seattle? They obviously got a specimen in Metcalf.
Yeah, for sure. So I am really interested to see what happens, and I want to take this back to the Shredding Sassy fantasy draft. We had a player or a team so confident in Geno Smith, they took him in the second round.
Oh man, I left the screen.
Man, we're gonna give our friend Sickles a shout out here. Shout out to Matt Sickles taking Geno Smith in the second round. Loving his team, dude. I'll take it.
If we can ever afford some high end edits, we'll put that in like the Bush League top 5 worst picks ever. It's going in the. It's
you're
going
gonna hang it in a pennant behind you on the wall. It'll be cool.
I should get that one day. I'll just put like the Bush League picks of the century.
There you go.
But at the same time, that could be dangerous territory because then you'll get all these yuppies just like trying to get on the list, just absolutely disastering drafts in the future. So I got to be cautious.
Well, if people are doing that, then you made it, man. You made it.
Yeah, exactly. I got to be cautious what you enable, right? You never know.
You go.
And then the Cardinals, they're starting the season with Murray on PUP. He's going to be out. I think pretty sure he's on PUP. Maybe I'm Bush League,
on PUP.
But he'll be on for 4 weeks. And they got obviously no Hopkins. They got a few other guys that are going to be good, and we'll see if James Conner can kind of rip and run and do his thing. But I guess as I go through it, they're an okay division for sure. Arizona, I don't think Studley, but Seattle's pretty good. It just, I guess, I don't know why I'm not. The only reason I'm not bullish on Seattle is because I'm confused as to what they're going to do actually, because they got 3 so good receivers, right? You got Tyler Lockett, who's obviously just always been there, always been the stud. Metcalf, who's maybe the biggest specimen in the whole entire league.
God, yeah.
And Jackson Smith-Njigba that's coming in as a rookie and a highly touted rookie, a guy who I took in our 7th annual Bush League Dynasty draft this year because, I mean, he's coming in looking good. So maybe I'm just confused as to what's going to come out of there, but they'll probably be pretty good, but I'm still going 49ers.
Gotcha. No, so I want to go back real quick, if we can, to Cooper Kupp.
We can go anywhere you want, baby.
And his second hamstring injury of the preseason he's up in Minnesota this week, meeting with a hamstring specialist. I'm sure they have those in LA as well. I'm just curious about what's going on there, and what are fantasy managers thinking who drafted him first round that are like, oh no, what are we going to do the rest of the year because Cooper Kupp was our number 1 pick.
I'm going to tell you what a lot of them were thinking in the Bush League. They weren't, because I went into like 6 leagues and grabbed Van Jefferson today. I was like, what are you guys doing? There's so many leagues I drafted him and stashed him. Maybe I'm just an animal like that, but I'm a big connoisseur when it comes to fantasy drafts of handcuffing the good running backs for sure. And I was just like, what? Well, everybody's doing that. So I'm frothing at the lips. I got wide right 1 now, and I got him on waivers before the season even started. But yeah, I mean, obviously sucks. A lot of people spent super early on him. I don't know, like I didn't take him in any draft. I was skeptical just because of last year's injury and because nothing on him, but I think he's getting a little older. The Rams to me just aren't as competitive. I feel like and again, I don't know nothing. I'm just a Bush League idiot in my basement. But I feel like he's maybe going to be in a position when a team's not a competitive, a guy's not as going to push through injury as big, right? You're never going to be quite as committed to hurting yourself to lose, right? So there's just, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I just know that if you're in a fantasy draft and he didn't have Van Jefferson knowing he's going down, that's some Bush League stuff, baby. One day we'll have audio for that. I'll play it and it'll play audio. We'll get there.
Let's go. Hey, so yeah, hopefully he comes back soon. It sucks for the guys that picked him up. Sucks for him, man. I know that he wants to be playing, But we'll
yeah,
see
that's
what happens.
obviously the most important is his health, right?
Absolutely,
that's what matters the most for sure.
Dude, all right, let's move to the South. Are you good with moving to the South?
Yeah, we'll go where you are. You tell us all about your homeland, brother.
I'm thinking. I'll tell you what. I love it down here. I love being in the SEC now. I'm a college football fan in a sense. I don't have an SEC team. I lived in Columbia, South Carolina for a while, and I tried to adopt the Gamecocks. I just couldn't. It's when Marcus Lattimore was there tearing it up, man.
I got to get a little more familiar with football, like college football. I'm not as
okay. Gotcha.
I should be, but again, that's good. I'll learn.
No, you're good. But talking NFL AFC South right now, I'm just gonna say one team, and this is the team that I want. I'm saying in my heart, I want to see them win the South and make a little playoff run, and that's Tennessee.
Okay.
I want to see Derrick Henry get somewhere. I want to see. I think they missed last year. They made it the couple years before that. I want to see him get back there, do a little playoff run. Let's get Tannehill moving this year, and Derrick Henry runs downhill all the time anyway when he's not injured. So I picked up Henry in one of my drafts. I'm pretty stoked. I had him last year. Did real well for me. I won the one league I was in last year that he was my RB1. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and for Derrick Henry, he's just one of my favorite fantasy players of all time. Like even this year, like there was a part of me that was like, if I don't get Justin Jefferson first overall, like I would take Derrick Henry second almost. Like I like him that much. I know same thing. He's coming off an injury. I know I just said like, Cup's coming off, but I just feel different about Henry. Henry's just a beast. He's always 2,000 yards. He's always, not always, but he's just ripping, right? So it's hard to bet against Henry. There's a league I got Chubb. What do we get? A big catch?
A flag.
Bounce off his head with a knockdown. I should get the TV in front of me, but
so it's not distracting off to the side.
We're both just like, hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on over there? Yeah. Sorry, we'll get better. This is number one.
It's Bushleague, baby.
This is number one.
But yeah, so it's obviously I would like to see that too. And for my fantasy teams, I mean, I got Henry all over. So let's go, let's run, let's go 100 yards a game, baby.
I have a good question for you here. So I'm in 3 leagues this year, and last year I did 2. This is my first time doing 3 leagues. And I felt last year both of my teams were very similar. I had a similar draft position, and you draft who you like, right? So you draft a certain way. So my teams were very similar. I did well in both leagues. Won, made the playoffs in the other. I think maybe lost in the first round or something like that. But do you intentionally, when you're in multiple leagues, try to draft differently because you're like, hey, I don't want my team to look any way, shape, or form near the same, so that I can be at least potentially successful in one of the leagues?
I mean, for me, it really depends. Like, I guess obviously it depends on the league, right? Like, is it a different kind of league, like a 2-quarterback league?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to completely kind of re-strategize and take quarterbacks early or this or that. But I don't know. For the most part, I think I go into it where like there's guys I like, right? Like I like Henry. I obviously Justin Jefferson. There's certain players that I just I want to pick up a little deeper, whether it's Madison or I'll wait a little bit on receiver and try to get someone like Ayuk a little later or things like it. Just I guess there's certain players I like, and so I kind of try to target them, and my team will fall how it falls. I feel like I switch it up a little bit for sure, but like I've done years where like I draft my teams, let's draft everybody in the league. Well, it gets a little chaotic for you mentally. Like even this year, just by default, I got so many players because I'm in our 4 leagues with my friends that I do, and then the Bushleague League, and then I stepped up and filled like one spot needed in a couple leagues in the tournament. We'll get into it.
Man.
Like guys in like 9 leagues, doing one with Alien Friends too and stuff. So it's just like so many leagues, and I feel like there's a bit of variance by default. But I guess I usually just go for like I can deal with losing, so I just go for the glory. Let's make them kind of somewhat the same. And I'm either going to just not talk about what happened, or I'm going to show everybody like I'm winning 9 leagues. I am the greatest on earth. And that's just how it's going to go.
Perfect. Dude, good answer. And you shouted out Alien Friends there. And I do, being in the Web3 space sometimes, I know that's something we don't talk about a lot, but shout out to them. They kept me around when things got a little a little down in crypto. And, shout out to those guys. Shout out to King Combat. He was doing Friends Radio for a while. Good freaking dude. Just kind of made it fun. Like chatting with him every day.
We'll definitely get into that a little bit too when we get into the fantasy league for sure.
Heck yeah, man.
A little bit of it, but we should probably. I'm famous for getting sidetracked, so we got to wrap up our picks, and then we'll.
All right, here we go. So we're in the East.
You got Tennessee, didn't you? That's.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we're not the East. I'm sorry. I got Tennessee in the AFC South. There we go. Where you at in the NFC South?
You went South, and then we're going to what I guess I'm kind of a Donnie for saying that the NFC West isn't that good because as I go through it, they got two absolutely stacked teams, another squad, and then we come over to the NFC South. It's just not that. That's the not special one. I have my shit backwards. I don't know if I get canceled for that curse word, but you got New Orleans, Tampa. They got great receivers. The NFL always confuses me because you get a guy like Fournette, and I'm like, he's good, but they just get rid of him, and nobody wants him. And I'm like, but he was good.
He put up good numbers.
Confuses the heck out of me, right? But like. For that division, New Orleans, I really wanted to see Winston come out of that as the quarterback, but maybe that's just because I have him in my dynasty league and I've been holding on to him for a while. Falcons, like I don't know where to go in a division like that, right? Because the Falcons got Bajan, who's there ripping around. Pitts kind of was a down year last year. Desmond Ridder, we'll see what he can do as a rookie, and then Carolina, no McCaffrey, but they got a couple other young studs in there playing, so it's like I don't know where to even go.
Who's Carolina's number one? Is it number one receiver? Is it Thielen? Who's their top receiver right now?
For who? Carolina,
yeah.
I'm actually kind of drawing a blank for a second. Just give me two shakes.
No, you're good. Yeah, pull it up because I mean their depth at receiver right now, and I just don't know. It's not a division that I'm watching.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Day, right? Yeah,
obviously I should know that, but Adam Thielen is the guy kicking it for the most part over there. Because
gotcha.
I know the one name I knew was Jonathan Mingo because it's a cool name. He's a rookie coming in this year. I was gonna say I was mumbling on DJ, but I'm like it's not DJ Moore. But DJ Chark is the other guy.
Yeah, sure.
Hanging on Carolina. But yeah, no, I was drawing an absolute blank. But hey, we got the episode 1 jitters too. We're allowed a few extras, but the guy who is still there is the same guy behind McCaffrey with Chuba Hubbard, right? And then Miles Sanders comes in.
There you go.
I think with the money they paid, they want him to be number one, but we'll see how that goes. And then Bryce Young is a quarterback I drafted. So this year in my dynasty league, I had an absolute stack of firsts going in. Like I'd just been loading up. And so I drafted Bryce Young and CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson, and then immediately traded Anthony Richardson, traded Bryce Young for like a stud player and a first and picks because I don't need all those guys. I already got Lamar and a couple good starters, but I just immediately flipped a couple of them. But Bryce Young's one of the guys I picked up in the rookie draft, and now I'm holding on to CJ Stroud, who was in the last division we were chatting about there.
So I've never done a dynasty, and this is me rabbit holing with you real quick. How many bench positions do you have when drafting rookies? And after draft, you have a certain amount of time. Do you have to whittle down your roster? How does that work?
No, so like the way we do ours, like there's so many complicated ways you could do it, right? You can do salaries, you can do this or that. For us, I think we got 10 bench spots. It's a super flex league, so you can start 2 quarterbacks and we run 3 flex a little just so they got a little more wide range of roster. Like there's not a lot of guys on the waivers, but big 10-man bench. We also I'll show you the league after too. We got a taxi squad as well where you can put like say guys you drafted as rookies, you can put them in that squad and they don't count against your team. They're just like in your development for like 5. We got 5 spots, but say if you activate one during the year, like you can't replace them. It's kind of like a stash kind of thing. And then, so what we do every year then is what we do with our waivers is we set it. So like there's like a 3-4 month period. We kind of close the league. And then we draft right after the draft, usually like start of May, we do a draft. And all it is, it's a 4-round rookie draft. And so basically, most of us go into it with our full squad. Sure. You draft your rookies, and then you're going to have to pick your 4 guys you're going to cut, like because like Sleeper app or like most apps, it'll let you draft your guys, and then you can't do anything with your roster until you set it. But so it's literally just a 4-round draft, and it's only rookies that come into the league, right? So guys like Bijan and that go, like in our league, there's no quarterbacks available. Like everybody owns them all. So like the only way you're getting new talent is through the draft. And people like, that's why like I was loading up on picks. Like I basically came into the league and everybody was like, you suck. And I was like, I know what I'm doing, boys. I'm fucking loading up for like 3 years here. And I literally have like 9 firsts in the next 3 years. And this year I took 3 quarterbacks with 3 of my 4 firsts, and everybody was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you watch. And within 3 weeks, I turned one guy into a first, a third, and David Montgomery, which I was like, that's a good flip. And then I turned another guy into a first and second, and I kept one of them, right? So I was slow playing the boys. And now everybody's got Brady retiring and this guy retiring and that guy's not playing anymore. And I'm like, I got Trubisky. They probably hate me. I just got all the quarterback stash. Like if your guy goes down, I got him. What do you want, boys?
You're the long-term investor, man. You're playing the crypto for the long game. You're playing the stocks for the long game, man. Long-term investor. I like it. That's not me, man. I'm emotional, dude. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm in and out. I need to be more like you. And maybe you need to be a little more like me. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. But it goes both ways for sure. But so then where do we leave off? I think we got one more division each.
Yeah, we're heading to the east.
North. Are we east or north?
Yeah, no, we're east. North, I went Baltimore. You went Cleveland. But let's get over to the east, and I'm going to throw the east down as my division champ and my conference champ. And I don't know. I know we just talked about maybe KC making it back to the Super Bowl. I'm saying I think the conference pick and the division pick is going to be Buffalo this year. It's going to take a juggernaut to knock off KC, and I really think Buffalo can be that team. Josh Allen at QB, second-year man. James Cook behind the ball, running the ball. Stephon Diggs. Man, they got a top 3 defense. I don't know. I'm feeling good about Buffalo finally kind of breaking through that Kansas City wall that they've faced the last few years and making it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, that's your boys. Hey, no, Buffalo's that's a good pick, man. I mean, they're rock solid if that's who you're going to put your money on for the year.
No, not to win the Super Bowl. Whoa. I want to pump the brakes.
I was confused.
I said make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay. We got a little pop. We got a cliffhanger.
Make it to the Super Bowl.
No, we got a cliffhanger, man. We're pros at this already. No, that's a good pick. I mean, it's hard to go against them, right? I mean, how could you? They're one of the greatest teams rolling in the whole NFL right now, right?
Good for the city too, man. Buffalo is a blue collar city, dude. They just get dumped on with snow.
I love when they just get those. Like they probably hate it, but I'm just like, man. I'm a Saskatchewan guy, right? I love the snow. I'm snowmobiling all winter, and I love snowboarding. And like, I'm just like, man, I love this. They just get snowed out. I love the football games in the snow. It's like iconic, right? But like, I think the Jets are going to be a weapon though. Like they went all in this year, so it's going to be a little harder than usual for the Bills, I think, this year, right? Because I feel like they've had a bit of a cakewalk. The Patriots haven't really been a great squad all that much lately. Miami as well. Like Buffalo Bills have kind of been able to coast through their division. Sure. I don't think they will this year.
So this is interesting, right? This is game 1 is on right now. And it's going to be interesting, you know, what comes out of this, right? The Jets are my biggest question mark of the year. Is Aaron Rodgers going to be able to work up some of that magic that he worked up in Green Bay in New York? You know, not a lot of QBs have been able to do it. I understand they've seen a lot of turnover. They have the potential, but is it going to happen? You know, we're going to find out within the first 3 weeks of this season if it's going to happen.
Excited too. I'll get to go watch a game, right? I'm going down to Denver in about a month for the Denver versus Jets game. We get to go down, show out the Vayner Sports Pass, hooking me and a bunch of other people up with the game. We get to go down and meet Gary and AJ, which is pretty cool. I mean, probably one of the reasons I'm on this screen right now is because of, you know, Gary motivated me, some of his stuff, talking about how he found his groove when he was 34 2 years ago. I was 34, and I got a little girl who was 1 at the time, right? She's 3 now. And I was like, man, like, I want to chase my dreams. I don't want my little girl to see that I just followed and chase the money. Yeah, sure, I've done well in my life, but I want her to see me, chase my heart a little bit. And that's probably kind of part of the reason why I'm here. So I'm really kind of excited to get to go down and get to hang out with them. Obviously, I've chatted with AJ a bit through some of the activations in Vayner Sports Pass and that, but it could be cool to go down and spend a weekend, go tailgating and get to, bro, I've always wanted, I haven't been to Mile High yet. And so I think it's going to be pretty cool to get to go first time, go with them, see the Jets play, see Aaron Rodgers, Russ Wilson. Again, hopefully local weather will get an activation going for us, and maybe I'll get to hang out with Russ. I mean, no complaints. I got a signed Russ jersey sitting over there that local weather sent me. I got actually here, it's sitting right here beside me. I got a nice signed Broncos helmet. Maybe I'll bring it.
There you go.
But yeah, shots local weather hooking it up. But I'm excited to go down there and hang out and just get to see the Jets firsthand, right? But
Sure.
I think the Bills are still going to do it. I'm with you, but the Jets they'll be a force to reckon with. I think they'll put up a fight. Like they'll get in on a wild card probably, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I think the Jets can wild card it this year and see how it goes.
All right, so I'm really excited for your pick for the NFC East, and keep in mind that I am from Pittsburgh, a Steeler fan, but I live in Dallas. And,
because I was going to ask, like, are you more a Dallas guy or a Houston
well,
guy? Dallas.
No, so it's really strange, man. I remember 1995, Super Bowl 30. I don't remember how old I was. I guess I could probably reverse engineer some math right now.
28 years back, baby.
Yeah, almost 30 years, man. But I remember it. And I remember we had like the banners in our house, the pennants in our house. And I remember Neil O'Donnell, QB of the Steelers, and just his long hair. I don't remember he had a mustache or a beard at the time, but I remember that. There you go. And I remember losing. And I remember stickers. So I'm from a small town in PA. And I remember stickers on the back of people's car. And I don't remember, but it was like a kid like peeing on something. And I remember, and I remember there were stickers that were like Deion Sanders, and I remember that. Like that's just like a memory instilled in my head, like that on the back of people's cars. In my small town
I forgot about those stickers. This is I'll see if our edit guy can throw one up in an edit. Those little pissing on everything. I remember, like I'm pretty sure my dad had like a Chevy with like the pissing on the floor.
Exactly.
Right? Like, exactly. I forget what that cartoon character was called that started it all. I've drawn a blank on it. We'll have to someone clip it and put it around my finger somewhere.
So back to the story though. So I grew up with that, and then the Steelers lost in that Super Bowl. Steelers, what are they tied right now for the most Super Bowls of all time? But they did lose in that one. Then they did lose to Green Bay, to Aaron Rodgers. But, I never liked the Cowboys growing up ever since then, right? It was America's team, but Pittsburgh, we felt like we were America's team. Then when I moved down here, I saw a different side of the Cowboys. That was, 4 or 5 years ago, whenever the Hard Knocks was here, like the next year, and you got to like see Zeke and you got to see Dak and kind of get a different side of it. So it was like, I don't like them, but I don't hate them. And another weird thing is my kids are growing up here. So it's going to be hard for my kids not to be the fans of it. Like, I'm going to push my kids to be Steelers fans. My wife's from Northern California. So we're going to get to this in a little bit, but my wife's a Niners fan. So, we got a Bosa jersey. My son rocks all the time. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard growing up here because, they're going to want to be Cowboys fans. Their friends are going to be Cowboys fans. So we'll have to see what happens for sure. But I'm going to push hard for my Steelers. You
never know, though. Like I'm a Saskatchewan, Western Canadian boy. You see me if I pad back out, obviously sitting in a room full of Red Wings jerseys, right? Obviously, for me, like I guess we had like some more local teams, say like Calgary and Edmonton and stuff. But
sure.
Like I played hockey as a kid, right? I grew up as a goalie. I started playing goalie like almost like full time.
That's why you're so crazy. Why you're so crazy. I should have known. Known you were a goalie. You had something.
Shoot a puck at my head 100 miles an hour. Let's go. But like I started playing goalie basically full time and pre-novice. Like I'm sure my parents were like bummed about it because it's like, oh great, our kid's gonna be the kid that's expensive, right? But like you go into pre-novice and everybody kind of tries it, right? And most of the kids, like, you know, they're scared of the puck, and I was just like jumping in front of it and like diving around and doing all this stuff, and then they were like, "You're the goalie," you know what I mean? So I just, by the time I was like 7 or 8, I was playing like full-time goalie, which isn't normally normal. Like you usually kind of rotate, and you eventually kind of find it a few years later. So I was like playing full-time goalie. I was a Toronto fan as like a kid. That was a pretty big thing to be a Maple Leafs fan, right? So even though like say Calgary and Edmonton were nearby, I'm still in Saskatchewan, so I wasn't in the heart of that, right? I wasn't really in the heart of how that whole vibe was going. And as a kid, you don't know geography yet, but I was a Leafs fan as any like Canadian kid would be, but then really started finding a liking for Detroit. Like they were a good team. I understood hockey. They had this amazing stacked line, which like these are the jerseys I'm surrounded by, right? Shanahan, Fedorov, Yzerman, all these guys. And then Chris Osgood. And then I was literally like a little acrobatic kid kicking pucks out of the air. And like, I felt like I was Hasek too. Cause I was also, he was like my vibe, right? Cause we didn't necessarily have a lot of money. Like my parents really like struggled to get me through playing hockey and be able to afford it. Right. So I was a kid that had the normal hockey mask as a goalie.
Oh yeah.
Right? We couldn't afford to get the more expensive mask, and I would wear my big giant neck guard. So I was just like, when Hasek came on, I almost like identified with him because I was like, now I'm cool. Like I'm not the poor kid with the helmet and the mask. Now I'm freaking Hasek. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hasek was a beast.
And then 97, I was about 9 years old. They win the cup. 98, 10 years old. And my mom, I think like just a year earlier had put the Toronto Maple Leafs nice banner, you know, the 1990s. You get that nice wallpaper. But she just puts it. I'm like,
you're talking about the strip that goes around your room.
Yeah, baby. You know the one?
Yeah, I think I had a Penguins one.
Nice. I had the Toronto Maple Leafs. And
I'm 90% sure I did. No shit. That's awesome.
My mom put that up like 2 years before I decided to be a Red Wing. I don't think it ever came down because she was like, no, you're not. And then eventually she's like, okay, the kid's a Red Wings fan. But like they weren't taking that down later. But it was funny. Like my mom was just like I remember my mom looking at me being like, no, you're a Red Wings fan. We just did a whole room in it, kid. But no, obviously wrapping up that division quick. I know we flew into hockey a lot, and we'll that's gonna be something that we'll get into a ton because I want to do the hockey fantasy drafts. We'll be ripping hockey heavy once it starts up, right? But NFC East, I mean, obviously you got the Cowboys there. If Dak can stay healthy, Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb's a stud. I love Zeke, but I think Pollard can do it. If Pollard goes down, I think they're screwed. They don't got any stable behind them.
Who's their rookie running back? Who's their rookie running back they drafted?
I just don't know off the top of my head.
No worries. I'm going to look it up too while you're going at it.
But basically, the Giants, I just don't think Daniel Jones is. I just don't think he's a stud. Like I think he's good. He does good fantasy production. He's usually top 10 somehow. I don't know how he's tripped over the 15-yard line. But the Giants don't have a receiving core really. It's just Barkley. The Commanders. They got Robinson and Antonio Gibson. I kind of took them both. They were like, you get them way late in drafts, and one of them's going to do something, I think. So that's a pretty good stash to have. But it's the Eagles, man. How could it not be? I mean, I think they got a chance to go all the way. I think they're going to be a really, really, really good squad. And Jalen Hurts is just a beauty. Devontae Smith, they're a great team. Their defense is one of the best. And as much as I wanted to give it to you, I know you're shredding sassy team, and we'll get into the fantasy here right away. They're kind of rocking the Dallas Cowboys colors on them, but it ain't happening. It's Philly Eagles for me, bud.
All right, I love it. Now, so I gave you my and I agree. Eagles is an easy pick. Man, I heard a rumor the other day from a very unreputable source, a guy in the neighborhood. Said there were some talks of Taylor to the Eagles, and I don't know if he was confused because Indianapolis came out and said he ain't going anywhere. Have you heard any rumors about Taylor going anywhere?
No, like there was a lot of like trade action before, right? Like obviously he wanted out of there. Like they're on bad terms. They were looking to trade him. There was they said nobody gave a good enough offer to get him. And there was some talk after that there was some pretty juicy offers. Indy they really want to kind of repair the relationship with him. But I think that stuff's a little in the past, because once that, and again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure a lot of that just kind of, when they decide not to trade him, that's when they threw him on the pup. But it's like you're going to spend a few weeks on the injured reserve, and then I think they're hoping to patch it up and get him ripping by week 5. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, I have him in one of my leagues. I almost drafted him in 2, and threw him on the bench there, man. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he comes back for the sake of my fantasy team, for sure.
No, for sure. I love it. Obviously, I would love to kind of go through the fantasy league a little bit too. If you want to kind of segue right off that, that's a perfect way to roll it. But if you want to,
well, hold on. Let's just go 2 minutes. I need your conference pick for NFC, and I need your Super Bowl pick.
Well, you see, you just come with me, Sly Cat. We'll work through the website. We got her in the blog. We'll get right to it, baby. How's that sound? Why don't we work them through it? We'll take them on a journey, and we'll show them the blog, and our picks are in there. Everybody can go check out our entire picks and everything too here. But let me whip it up. We'll see if we can get the stream up here going. Well, where do we move me and you to? Where's the best place to move us? Do we go? Oh, which one do we go to? I'm figuring this out. Is that the one?
Dude, this is a Bush League play for you, man. You should have figured this out.
There we go.
Now we're figuring it out before.
But obviously, this is my website. A long time coming. I've been working on the Bush League Media Project for a couple of years, basically wanting to kind of create a platform where we can do shows like this, integrate different people, different communities, get out, put content out, bring our fitness company to life, bring the fantasy sports to people and everything else, right? And so obviously a lot of work done by my little brother. He's an amazing hobby animator. We're all kind of doing this on the side, but he's kind of made basically all the art and everything for our project. And what we got going with the sports thing, obviously you can come down here, you can check out one of our shows. I think we got our first draft. It might not load because I'm in the middle of Saskatchewan, probably crushing too much bandwidth right now streaming. But you can come in, check any of our shows as they go on here. I'll have to chat with the dev because we're live right now. So normally this will tell you if you're live, it'll say, hey, you're live, go check it out. Once our shows kick in, obviously this one will be live again in 7 days. You can come here, check out what we got going on, see when our shows are happening. We'll be launching Ringside Banter with my partner Joel Mills, which will be kind of giving people access to our fitness, and we'll be launching a series of shows with him. He's an absolute legend and professional boxer. But just all kinds of cool stuff going on here. But the big thing we got going this year is obviously the Bushleague Sports League. We got 10 different communities in here kind of playing along, trying to win in a little tournament. So obviously shouts to you and Shredding Sassy, and obviously you're my co-host, so you guys might get a little maybe I'll get a little hometown love the whole year. We don't know. I know my squad's going to get it for sure. But shouts to every community that joined, whether it's through a community initiative or through the project themselves. Just stoked to have them all coming. But shouts to Mischievous Maxis, my buddy Joel's project there with NFT Pro Fitness, Kuroki, the UNXD fam over looking after D&G project, Alien Friends, V Friends community. Shouts to my buddy Dano. He helped me hook that community up and get it all rolling. Same thing. Shouts to every community manager. We'll have shows with them. We'll give them their props as it comes. But then also VSP and FIWO World. You come to this website, click on any one of these characters. It'll take you right over to their site. You can learn all about that project. You just pop her open and you'll get there. But what we got happening with the Friends Fantasy Tournament there, and obviously you're kind of familiar with everything we got going on there. Hey, we got the leaderboard and all the draft and everything going there. You've been over, checked the site out a bit?
Yeah, for sure. What I really like about it is, you have these different groups of people, these different communities that are competing against each other, right? The Sassies, we're after each other, man. We're talking smack on Twitter, on X. I'm gonna get used to calling it X one of these days.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're talking smack on X, but then we are a team against the other communities, against VSP, against Alien Friends. There's additional ways to get points, and we want to work together to do that. So even though I'm gonna kick Hog's butt, I almost said a bad word. I switched to butt.
Hey, this is a Bush League. We own the network. You do what you want, baby.
So if I kick his ass, I'm gonna kick Hog's ass this week. But I want him to do well. I want him to put up points, and then I want him to go out and talk about how much he kicked my ass or how much I kicked his ass.
Yeah,
and I wanted to talk about, so we get those points, and Sassy can beat out Alien Friends. We can beat out Mischievous Maxis. We can beat out Bush League. What?
No, I don't know.
You're just a tent. You're just a tent. I'm pretty confident we can beat a tent.
You guys will all be living in the tent, though. That's your shelter, baby. That's what it's all about, bringing people together, right? That's why we kind of set the art up that way, and I'm sure we'll get into that over time. But obviously, what we got going on with the fantasy tournament is all these communities each have their own 12-team league on Sleeper. Sleeper's one of the best apps going. And I love the usability of it. For me as a manager, it makes my life so easy to manage these leagues, set them up. Our Dynasty League and everything else is just, again, so easy to manage through Sleeper. And so like you were saying, you guys, each community has their league, right? They're battling it out. And basically what this is for me, it's kind of a launch of my project, because what I've wanted to do for a long time is basically create a membership where you can come in with that membership and you're going to get access to fantasy leagues for a few years. You're going to be able to play. Basically, once you have the membership, you get a couple of years where there's a whole bunch of prizes in these leagues for certain people. You're going to get access to our online fitness company at a discount and other businesses. Kind of create a whole central pass where everybody can kind of have fun and work together. And everybody who joins this league, we're going to give it to them for free for kind of helping us test run this. And what we're trying to create is almost a new way to play fantasy as a community. It's something where, in the future, I want Shredding Sassy to be able to come in and make their own tournament, or a company can come in and make their own tournament. And I'll get into how the fab stuff will work, because I think it's going to be kind of a cool potential just marketing tool down the road for the way we set it up. But these communities, what I'm going to be doing is every week, at the end of the week, I'm going to take all 12 of your scores, combine them together. And when I combine those scores together, they're going to come up, obviously, over on this board here. I don't know. Can you see my mouse when I'm rolling around here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. So no, this leaderboard here, you can see all the teams. We all have 0. We haven't registered anything yet, but every league can be found down here in the portal. You can come switch through different teams, see everybody's teams. You can see if they've set their name and picture. That's why I keep razzing everybody, get her set. I bet you if we go to Sassy's, they are showing it off. Look at the beauty there. Shouts to Sassy, probably the first team aside from, I think they came in second. I think Bush League had it. The boys, Tyler blew it. I know he told me he did it, but he blew it. Shredding Sassy comes out. But the idea with this is, for people can come, see how the tournament's going on, check out the other leagues, see what people are doing, kind of check out these projects, see what's happening. Everybody talks about bridging NFTs to the mainstream. Well, let's do something sports and have the NFT be an addition. If someone wants to come be a part of these, then that's how you get in. That's how you access this and make it so that you can come to our site in the future and just token connect it and get into these leagues. But basically, there's going to be the week-to-week head-to-head matches. All these teams will be competing and trying to win this tournament with the social rewards thing. Big shouts to Tribe. They have implemented this for us in the website. And what's going to happen with this social rewards tracker is you're going to sign up for it. And anybody who's plays fantasy much over on the Sleeper app, there's different ways you can pick players up, right? Like you're familiar with waivers, like at the end of every week, you're going to be able to pick up your players that are free agents. Say someone gets injured, you're going to pick them up, and usually kind of happens at the end of the week. On football, it happens Tuesdays, and it's usually last place gets first pick, right? What we do over in the Bush League is everybody has a waiver budget, and it's basically a certain amount of money you get to start your season, right? You start with $100, and that's what you bid on buying players or whatever you might do, right? And so what happens with these leagues is the way we're doing it is we're starting everybody with 0 fab. And there was different activations going into the season, like setting your pitcher, showing up for our live drafts and different things like that got people fab, right? And they earned it. And then what's going to be going on through the season is as everybody's playing, it's going to be tracking their social interactions with our project. And long-term, I want to be able to pull APIs from Shredding Sassy and VFriends and these projects and create basically a marketing tactic for projects, businesses, things like that, right? For this year, I'm literally giving this, like I'm basically building it with my own money. It's something that I want to make sure that I'm building it. I'm presenting something that works and getting it together. So for this year, I can only afford so much Twitter API tracking. So what I'm trying to do is like tweet about the communities, right? Put out graphics about the tournament, put out graphics about Sassy, which shout to Suburban. She's a wonderful artist.
Such a beast artist. Holy cow.
Yeah, no, she's
huge props
awesome.
for her.
She's a lady I met through Alien Friends. Obviously, I use her IP a lot in this. But just really cool. She came and did a bunch of art for us and been using that with all these communities. And then I've been doing a lot of AI art with the Luna AI that I've been doing.
Oh, shit.
Different things.
Sorry, man.
You're sidetracked me.
Oh, man. I got to stop you. Man. Detroit just marched down the field.
They tie her up at 2020.
They tied it up at 2020. Coming with
Casey kicked a couple field goals. If I'm correct, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry.
I'm
so sorry to interrupt you there, dude. I feel so bad I interrupt you, man. But dude, we're watching the game here. We're live in this
football Thursday, baby. That's what it's all about. One day we'll get signed. We'll be able to stream the game for people. But obviously, what's going on with that is once you sign up for that leaderboard, it's going to track your social interactions. And as you do that, you're going to get rewarded points. Obviously, I'm dusting everybody out the gate because I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I'll probably end up removing myself from the ranks, or who knows what I'll do.
Yeah, maybe just cut yours in half or something, or 75%.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is divide it between the 5 leagues I'm in. I think that's going to be fair. What's going to happen is once people get going on this and it gets really out of hand, what my goal is to make it so that, like, first place, you'll get, say, 50 fab. Second to 10, you'll get 40. 11 to 20, and that'll kind of keep it in control. But right now, there's not a lot on it, right? There's only 28 people. People got 2, 6. There's not a lot happening on it because we're just starting out. But the idea with this is we're actually rewarding people for their social interactions, right? All these projects are looking for ways to try to actually motivate people to do something. Well, to me, I see all the motivation in, hey, you get in this fantasy league for free. You can play it normally. Like, you can go ahead, you can have 0 fab all year. You can still put in your waiver request. You can do your thing. But if you want to win, you want to take the money we're giving out, we'll go out and promote on socials, promote your project. Maybe Shredding Sassy one week next year is they're got something they're promoting, or there's an event coming up. Well, we can now have 120 or 300 people in a league that the way they earn fab that week is through going out and promoting that product or that asset and just activating them to interact with it. Now it's a social promotion for a business company project, and the people in the league are getting something out of it. And I think it's a new way that you can create. I think it's $1 billion industry through marketing, through fantasy sports, if you can pull it off the right way, right? And it's something that, you know, I'm really excited to try to integrate through this and have it so that someone can come in here, connect their token. As long as you have a Bush League token, you can get into our Bush League tournaments. Now I can also kind of set it up where, hey, we can, if you Shredding Sassy wants it to host something on our tech, come in. As long as you got a Bush League and a Shredding Sassy token, you get into the Shredding Sassy League. I know this year, your league, as well as VSP, a couple communities like overfilled their league, and shouts to a couple of your community members that were, you know, so kind enough to switch over leagues to help me fill the tournament and make it all happen. But just so many moving parts of the league like that, right? And trying to get it all set up, and it'd just be really cool to see where we can take it. I kind of lost my train of thought, so you might have to give me a little love there for a second.
No, you're good. And yeah, I do want to say shout out to those guys. Shout out to Monica, Puff, and shout out to Tilted Lines from Sassy. They you know, big things, man. Great people in these communities, and we're all people, man. We're spread out across the globe, but we've come together via common interest, via passion. And that's what makes this thing great. But what I wanted you to go to is you were going to go to the blog to talk about our pick. Are you still holding out on me? You've been holding out on me this whole time.
We'll get there, baby. Don't you worry. I want to make sure everybody knows what's going on with the leagues, because I mean, it's been a lot of work, been a lot of work coming up. But obviously,
it's cool too.
You know, getting that all set up, I think it'll be really fun, and it'll be really rewarding to people. So anybody, if you're watching it, you can come in, you can see your league, you can check how the other leagues are going. You'll be able to check on everybody's standings, see transactions that are happening in the league, kind of keep it real time. And you know, I think it'd be cool where I was going with that, say, you know, thanking some of your community members for being out of it, is that's where next year, obviously, if people help me promote it and I don't go broke just trying to build it this year, then we can, you know, have a little fun with it. I can hopefully incorporate the tech where now, say, Shredding Sassy, we can come, and as many of your community members that want, sign up. Okay, now let's have that sign up open. Let's see how many people sign up. Okay, 36 people signed up. We're going to make 3 12-team leagues. And now Sassy has a little tournament of their own, right? And we can set your fab reward leaderboard to be Bush League Media and Sassy, right? And then a different community can have one and we can set theirs. It can be Bush League Media and Maxis or whatever, right? And you guys now have a promotional tool where your community members can win some NFTs. They will give away fitness memberships. Probably we want to kind of always be a part of everything and helping people get healthy and move forward and try Joel's classes. Oh, he's one of the best online trainers in the planet, right? And just really share that out with people and grow it and see where we can take, this whole thing. I think it's going to be really fun where we can take it. I also want to tell everybody, if you hop over into my Discord, if you hit join now, it'll take you into Discord. We got a free weekly DFS league. Anybody can join. It's on DraftKings. What we're doing is anybody who enters a lineup, it's a full Sunday slate. You play that Sunday slate. There's one winner every week. They get to move right into this beautiful Bush League playoff house that my little brother made up for us. They're going to move in there at the end of the week, 18 weeks at the end of the season. There's going to be up to 18 people. If someone wins a bunch of times, well, they're just narrowing their competition. And in the end, there's going to be a playoff. We did it last year. It was pretty fun. 4 weeks through the playoffs. Teams with the highest total scores are going to win some fitness memberships, NFTs, all kinds of different stuff. So please hop in our Discord, check that out, and have a little fun with it. And I don't think I've seen you pop in there. So
I need to jump in. I need to jump in, man. I need to get in. I'll tell you what, I'm smiling right now because KC just got stopped on 3rd and 1 and had to punt.
Yeah, we might end up both looking sideways.
I know, and I don't want to do it, man. I'm like, I glance over and I come back. I'm gonna
have to get my Dazzin going because I'm a big fan of Dazzin. I've cut a lot of my cable off, and then for $20 a month, Dazzin gives me every single game. On Sunday, I can pick any game, I can replay any game, I can do whatever I want. So I might just have to set it up in front of me when I'm doing this. I might look at the camera more than I look at myself. Then it might be better. Get me in there. But obviously, no. The DraftKings, I think it's fun and get in there and have a little play with us. It'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm in. I'd love to, man. It seems like there's not enough time in the day for everything I want to do. It's weird. No, we need to add some to the clock here because there's so much going on for sure.
And for those two, like on Sundays, me and you are both dads. We're both working people. This is something, a dream we're trying to bring to life. But on Sunday mornings, I think me and you will kind of hit each other up on Saturday night and kind of decide, hey, if we're free or not. And when we are, we're going to pop on Sunday morning an hour or two before kickoff and make sure everybody's dialed in with their fantasy lineups, get them up to date on all their injuries, make sure that we'll probably go through setting a DFS lineup and have a little fun. So again, pop into our shows, come into Discord. We'll teach you anything about it. And obviously, if you love extreme sports, get into the Sassy Discord. It's pretty sweet. But let's roll over to the picks. I know you've been anxious. Obviously, this is my first ever blog. Pretty honored if you guys go over to the site, set it up. It's been decades coming. You can go read through kind of how I started my journey. You can get a full breakdown of that fantasy sports tournament, see how it's all going, find out about all the communities. You can come in here, check out our picks. There'll be everything from week 1. There's my picks, his picks, Broncos, 10's going to be on there. And obviously, if we want to get right into where our picks are going, we got her. It's on paper. That's the beauty of a blog. Let's go. There we are. So if you, who are you going? You want to know mine first? We going yours first?
Yeah, I need you to start it off because I need to remember who I picked. Hopefully it's who I think.
I hope you pick someone different than what I put on the blog because that'll be that'll be awesome. I'll love it if you do. I'll be like, yes, we suck so much. Yeah, that's what we're
here we go. All right, here we go. So San Fran's my pick. I got Buffalo versus San Fran in the Super Bowl. Did I have San Fran?
Yeah, no, you did. I was going to go, but you just had a moment of confidence. I love it. But
yeah. I had San Fran, man.
And I know I thought you said Bills earlier, and like you said, you know what you're doing. You ain't no Bush League. So you're dialed in, baby.
Let me tell you something that was really impressive for San Fran to go away from Trey Lance. Trey Lance was drafted. They gave up so much to get him. For them to have that much confidence in Brock Purdy gives me confidence in San Fran's ability to go in and be successful this year. And like we were talking earlier, we were talking about Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, McCaffrey. Their offense is so tough. And then Bosa just signed his deal. I think that I felt good about San Fran. What was it? 3-4 years ago when they lost to KC. Yeah. This year, I feel way better about them. I'm feeling good. This is their year. And again, it is the confidence that the organization has in Purdy to get rid of Trey Lance. That just tells me that let's go. San Fran all the way, Super Bowl champs.
Trey Lance kind of never really proved he had anything. I've always kind of wondered, like, why were they so wanting? It seemed like they always wanted to get rid of Jimmy G. Like, why? He's a stud.
I know. I agree. I mean, I don't know about a stud, but he wasn't a slouch.
He's
that's
a physical stud. The guy's good looking. You got to give him that. But he's a bit of a stud on the field too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He had. I'm sure he had a nice little history.
He's in Vegas. He's living the dream, man.
He's
Guy's it just looks like a model. He's chilling in Vegas. That guy is like absolutely 100% just living his best life right now. I would love to put money on that because I guarantee
for sure.
And obviously for myself, just really, we'll see if it goes. But I took the Bills. I think that
you did. Oh shoot!
Knocking on the door. They've been there the whole time. I mean, like I said, that's not. I'm a Broncos guy. I want to give them 17 wins, but they ain't getting it. But I took the Bills, so we'll see. Maybe in a perfect world, it might end up being the Bills and the 49. I tell you what. I tell you right now, episode 1, you get your wife prepared for it, just in case. If it ends up Bills and 49ers in the Super Bowl, we're going. I think we have to. It'd be crazy not to.
Where's it at? Where's it at this year?
Why I should know that, and I don't know that. I don't know. You got to look it up for
working on it.
I should know it off the top of my head, but I do not recall where it is. I want to say Green Bay for some reason, but I think Green Bay is where they're doing the draft. So for me to know where they're doing the draft and not where they're doing the Super Bowl tells you how much of a fantasy degen I am. Like, what a ridiculous thing to know instead.
Yeah, it's in Vegas, man.
Oh, yeah. 100% we're going if that's the squad. If we called the Super Bowl teams, I mean, Bush League's our destiny. We're going. We're hiring the film crew. We're rolling.
We're hiring a film crew too.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going, we're doing it all. Why wouldn't we?
Well,
we can't edit. We can't do anything.
Listen, I think we can make that happen. I think it's doable. It seems totally practical. We can do it.
I think it's like it's destiny if it happens, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Too.
My pick, though, I have the Bills against the Eagles. Again, I think the Eagles are an absolute stud. That's why I had to take them against Dallas. It'd be wild if I took a different team than I took. It was going all the way. I think Jalen Hurts. I think the boys going to get back there. I just think there's a chance this year that it's always Bill, it's always Allen, it's always Mahomes. They're battling it. They're at that last game a lot of the times, and I just think that it's going to happen again. And I think this time that Josh Allen and the Bills are going to get the better of him, I think, personally. So that's where I think that's going. And so I don't have the exact pick as you, but if my pick and your pick, which is your two, play, then that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. And you mentioned Hurts, man. And Hurts has been somebody that I've been trying to get for a couple years in fantasy, and I never had him. I was able to pick him up this year. Grabbed him. I had the number 1 pick. So I grabbed him first pick of the 3rd round. So kind of early for a quarterback, but I'm feeling pretty good, man. I think he was a great pickup, and I'm stoked to have him this year. Again, I've wanted him for a little while.
Anybody who watched like the inaugural draft, it's on my website there. You can watch the first one. Obviously, we did the second one with Shredding Sassy there, but I was like telling people about how I always draft a quarterback late, and usually I do. Like I did a draft last night. I think I ended up with Richardson and Dak in like the 11th, 12th. It was the first quarterbacks I took. But I was bugging, I was laughing at everybody because they took Mahomes and Hurts and Allen in the first, second round, and I'm like, "This is one quarterback. What are you guys doing?" And then it was the tail end of the second round. I got Mark Andrews, and I was like, oh, "Watch this, boys! Like, I'm about to flop live on air," and I picked Lamar right after. I'm like, I got to do the stack now, and then I found myself going. It's one of two for me. I'm either taking one of those stud quarterbacks, like trying to get Hurts or not Hurts, more Mahomes or Allen or Lamar, and then Hurts is on the list for me. But I'm either trying to grab one of them in like round 3 if they're coming to me. If Mahomes hits 2, I'm taking them. And other than that, I'm waiting. I'm waiting deep, and I'm trying to get like Kirk Cousins or Dak or Richardson.
Did Mahomes hit 2 in any of your leagues? I'm pretty sure Mahomes went in the first in all 3 leagues that I was in.
I seen a couple that like no quarterbacks went in the first and made it to second. Joel took Kels pick 1-2, and he in his league they're a bunch of old dogs. They've been drafted for a long time. So no, they all play it like pretty smart. They're all running back, wide receiver kind of drafters, because that is the smarter play to get your quarterback late. And that was maybe one of the only leagues I seen him fall to the second. He fell all the way to the back half of the second, and Joel got the Kels Mahomes stack. And I think he's the only person in the whole world who might have the Kels Mahomes stack. And he's also the only person in the world who freaking left Kels in the lineup. What are you doing if you're watching this show? You left him, man. That's Bush League, man. You gotta get
listen to me, man. So you and I talked today, and then I got notification that Kelsey wasn't playing. I think maybe like 3 or 4. And we're driving to my daughter's volleyball game because I forgot to make that change as well. And my son has my phone, and it's like 7:05 or something. Maybe not 7:05. Maybe 6:50 or something like that. And I'm like, hey, dude, I need my phone. I was talking to my son. I'm like, I need my phone. Pass it up. Oh, God. All right, cool. Whew. Made it. We're good. But I was almost the other person that happened to today. I
mean,
Noah Gray's putting up some points. I think he's put up. Let me look. That's 6'10". So not a whole lot. He's hit his number almost. I think he was at 7.
Why thank me live on air for being the only reason you got him on your squad?
Yeah, you did.
Why not give me the credit? I was like, this is my co-host. I got to set him up for success. I'm at work this morning. I literally was stuck in the middle of a freaking road this morning with my company, and I was sitting there doing stuff, and I was like, well, I better set my co-host up for success. This guy's got there's an IR in this league, and he's got Kamara and Taylor just sitting there. So I'm like, stash them. Like I'm always a guy too, where like if I know a league has an IR, I will take those injured guys because then I can just stash them and grab a couple more guys, right? And so I was like, get Noah Gray and get P Ryan, because I don't know why. I don't get P Ryan yet. Don't even worry about that. But I was like, get Noah Gray. You got to put him on your squad, right? And it panned out for you, I think. So,
Yeah, it did. So I almost started who was I going to start? I was going to start Cole Clement from Chicago. And then I just thought, you know what I mean, with a more established offense, a more established QB, I need to go with Noah Gray. And I mean, he's almost hit his mark. We'll see what happens. It was just 4th and 20. Clearly Kansas City didn't get it. Man, if you called this, no way. Mahomes is coming back. It's Mahomes magic. He's coming back for sure.
We'll have to see. I mean, I wonder if we're going to end up ending the show a little bit of sideways, but I know I would like to see how the game ends and see if that's. But you guys can go on Twitter. You can see. I said if Kels ain't starting, Detroit's taking it. So we'll see if Bush League starts out with the Detroit pick in game 1. Like and subscribe or whatever they say. I don't know. What they say.
Go down to the bottom, smash that like button.
If you're on X, hit that repost. If you're on YouTube, I don't even know what to do. Hit clip and clip something. Clip anything. Put it out there. I'll be your best friend. If you're in the fantasy league, you'll get 20 points for it. So let's go, baby. Get that action going. You guys will win all kinds of NFTs, all kinds of different fitness memberships, and different cool things from some of our partners. There's even a couple friends of mine who have started their own small businesses that'll be donating. A friend Sue be donating some friends chocolate to the winning community in the tournament, and another friend donating some dog treats and stuff. So it's gonna be cool. There's all kinds of stuff when they go there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one wraps up tonight if they get her. But what I want to know, obviously we kind of went over the site, the league a little bit. Obviously, please anybody go check out my website. I would love for you guys to go over it, see what's going on with the fantasy league. Get in our Discord, get signed up for DFS, go over to, I'll figure it out which way. There, that way, you go over to your site, Shredding Sassy, check out Shreddits, check out everything going on there. I don't know if you want to give that a little shout. And then I want to know, what you're looking most forward to this fantasy season.
Yeah, for sure. So as I said, collaboration manager, community manager for Shredding Sassy. Come check us out. Holding our digital token gets you access to a whole bunch of things where it's essentially a coupon for, I think we have over 20 brand partners right now, between 20 and 30 brand partners. So that gets you discounts on action sports, apparel, equipment, streetwear, hotel, travel, discounts all over the place. It also gets you coaching, whether you're a beginner, an expert, It gives you pro-level coaching in a range of action sports to include surfing, snowboarding, skiing, skateboarding, mountain biking. For example, our surf coach is the Team Great Britain surf coach for the U19s. Our strength and conditioning coach is Red Bull Austria's strength and conditioning coach. Jump in our Discord, get to know us, ask your questions, and come in and have fun. We have our own action sports content platform. It's called Shreddit, SHREDIT.tv. Check it out. Heck yeah, man. There it is right there. Shreddit. It is, think TikTok meets action sports meets Web3. If that Canadian Wi-Fi works, I'm not sure. Maybe the sponsors need to get going.
Texas lag just pulling me down.
There it is. There it is. So something we got going on right now that I'm really excited to talk about. If you can go up to the top there for me and click that drop. Right now, we have a big drop going on. It's with one of our pro ambassadors, Bob Burnquist.
What's up, Shredders? Hey, Bob Burnquist.
There you go.
Stoked to share this little competition clip. It's for a good cause. Hope you can collect for charity. Excited to be a part of Sassy. Skateboarding Cares here in Brazil is super stoked and thankful. All right, here we go. We're just getting going.
I just want to skate, seeing everybody ripping now.
Yeah, so we're real excited about this. Let it play out. It's pretty short.
Don't cancel me, Sassy, at autoplay. Don't shut me down.
No, you're good.
Don't re-cancel me.
To share this little comp.
No, you're good. We won't cancel you. But what this is a little donation clip. So you mint that clip on the Polygon blockchain. It costs about $10, and 50% of those mint proceeds go to Bob Burnquist Skate Foundation, Skate Quita, and those funds are going to help skaters in areas they may need a little bit of help, right? For boards, for skate parks, yeah. Absolutely. And then the other 50% are going to another skate organization based in Switzerland. We have a big skate event happening actually this week. It started today at NFT Fest Lugano. Really stoked. Hopefully we can get a whole bunch of donations to that, and we can get that out to the people that need it, the skaters that need it. So go in, check out shreddit.tv. Go ahead, click on that, mint that Bob Burnquist special video, and we'll get some funding for skate equipment to the people that need it, both in Switzerland, Brazil, and all over the world.
Awesome. No, I love it. And obviously, me and you have been vibing out. We were chatting sports last year and stuff, but shout out to the Sassy community. When I was trying to win the Tony Hawk competition, get out to meet Birdman, one of my idols, you guys kind of stepped up. I know made a bunch of donations trying to, vote me in and stuff. And I really appreciate that. And I didn't win, but all the money went to a good cause. I went to a skate park this Tony Hawk Skate Park Foundation. He's always doing that. And that's probably a good time to mention too. I'm here in Kindersley, Saskatchewan, one of the few places that doesn't have its own skate park. So I'm in the middle of fundraising, trying to get a skate park built for my community. I've been going down every Thursday most of the year, skateboarding with the kids, trying to have a little fun with them and kind of mentor them, teach them, hang out, have do what I can to bring up the culture and give the kids something to do, get them outside, have a little fun, right? So it's been a project I've been working on for 6-7 years to get the approval and get the land and everything, and now hopefully get the fundraising going and same thing, get something built for the kids here. It'd be pretty cool. So thank you guys for supporting that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. That was really cool. And when we heard, again, we're really trying to do what we can to help out communities, small, big, to help out athletes, right? Up and coming athletes that maybe don't have the funding for food, for competition entry, for travel. We want to give them that money, that funding to go in and show their skills, to become capable. Who knows? the next Bob Burnquist, the next Sean White, the next Dave Mira, could be out there and could not have the funding to handle it. And that's what we're trying to do at Shredding Sassy. We're trying to find those people and get them to where they truly can be. And you're doing that as well by building this skate park in your hometown. I think that is a way that we can all give back. And you remember when we were kids and skate parks were a little like, you kind of felt like a little, not embarrassed, a little like scared going there. Like, hey, do I really fit in? Should I be here?
It was a cultural thing back in the day where like society did that, right? They all tucked the skate parks in the back corner, put them in dark places where bad things happen, right? That's one of the things with me building this, where that's something that the community brings up, and I'm like, well, it doesn't matter what it is. Take soccer, take hockey, take the parents out. They're gonna go chaotic. It's all about you got to be able to set the culture. You got to be able to put it out in the open, and where people can just not breed that type of culture, right? And that was a big thing for me, have it wide out in the open, make sure they could do it. And while I was doing this, while you were talking about skate parks, I wasn't talking about money for that. I was talking about pay me the money, because I picked Detroit 21-20, baby. Let's go. We are not Bush League. Well, I won't say nothing. I don't like gambling that much because I didn't put any money on it, but I put my money where my mouth is, except just not my money, just my mouth. It's all mouth. But I'll own one. But you like that one? The only thing I don't
look how sad all those folks in KC are. You can see it on TV, man.
I need to see what happened, like, because I want to take a quick peek here. Actually, you know what? Let's pull it up on the computer. That's going to be smarter. We're live on air. Let's show the people. Let's see what happened with my fantasy squad here for a second. We'll see.
Which one are we looking at? You said you have 9.
I want to see. In this league here, I had. Is this my one league? One of my leagues, I got Montgomery. Where's Montgomery? I want to know what he did today. Okay, 13.4. I benched Gibbs. So Gibbs was I'm a genius. Look at that. Everybody's taking Gibbs in the 3rd round. I'm taking Montgomery in the 7th or 8th. I benched Gibbs. I put Montgomery in because what do they think? The kids knew Montgomery's a stud. They just paid $1 zillion for him. All you pricks that took him in the 3rd. Montgomery's the man. You guys, she's rookie. You call me Bush League. Rookies. What's up? But yeah, that's good. That's all I really cared to see. But let's see how you're doing in your tournament. Let's take a quick gander at it.
Well,
that's my dynasty.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
We get into the tournament. I had nobody going yet. I'm gonna have to. I got Gray. Like I said, I'm the jackass that picked him up everywhere. I'm gonna have to make a move or drop a guy or two and clean my roster up over there. So I got nobody playing it out yet. Let's see what you got happening in the Sassy League. And you know what we should do? Let's go take a peek at it through my site. I got the integration.
Hey, is it going to be up there? Is the API how often do the APIs update?
I guess we're going to find out real quick. How quick? Oh, it says 3. Oh, I see how it pulls. I might have to, now that it pulls up, I might get him to make a little box so that it really stands out. 38 points for Smavis. He's crushing. But yes, it's like instant. Bush League Media is live, baby. We're rolling. We're projecting stats, buddy. We are rolling. Where are you at? No Sleep, 6.1 points on the squad. Let's
yeah, there we go. Champa Bay, DK with 6.4. Jacoby, oh, ouch. Jacoby, 1 point. T-Duck with 10.24. HT, 29. Who did HT have? He must have had a couple guys playing.
How come it's showing? Why is it showing like playoffs? What do I have going on here? I must have clicked something wrong. There you guys go. Champa Bay, Renfo's Revenge. Get out my homies. He's got Mahomes cranking out 19 points and Butker with 8.
There it is. Yeah, that's it.
You're rocking. What do you got? You got 6 points out of Noah Gray. I mean, that's better than
no,
Kelsey.
Yeah, and you don't know what's going to happen with Kement. I think that it was a good play. I'm not mad about it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I would have done. I mean, like if you're going into that, say you had like Fryermuth or Irv or some other guy who's good, well then I still would have stashed Gray to be like, hey, is he going to do anything? Is he going to keep playing? I would have started someone else, but Kement, I think that's the call.
Especially with Casey, if it was another team, maybe not. I mean, even if it was the Niners, probably not, right? I don't even know who the Niners backup TD or tight end is, but.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a little highlight box here, or make the points. I think take up this whole square. That'll be a little edit I make now that I see it coming live. But you can see the Bush League Bushleague's coming live. We got some stand-ins going here. Remember, at the end of the week, you're going to see 2 wins if you're in this league, because we run the league median scoring. For anybody who doesn't necessarily pay attention, it'll tell you right in your matchup a lot of times. Oh, I'm not in this league, so I don't know if it will, but a lot of times it'll tell you where the league median's sitting at. I know on mobile it says it right at the top in nice big letters. I don't know if it gives it to you the same on the computer here. On mobile, it's beautiful, absolutely easy to use. We're sitting right at the top there. But obviously, just really excited to have night 1 wrap up. Jared Goff's getting the game-winning interview. For a second, I looked, his hair was it's actually just fuzz and some good light was catching it. I was like, did he just pull his helmet off and has a perfectly done hair? But it's actually absolutely not the perfectly done. So
he's got the it almost looks like it's from his helmet, but he's got almost that D if you're wearing a backwards hat all the time.
It looked like it was just absolute money, but no, it's looking gaudy. But they're doing their thing. I mean, that's the first time I think in 9 years that KC lost the season opener. I think it could even be 10 or 11 years straight. Like it was, they did a big run. It was 8 or 10 years, I think, where KC won the season.
Yeah, look at all that blue in the crowd right now.
The blue's going crazy.
No way.
That's awesome. No, that
man.
It's not what I truly think. Like if Kels was playing, it's a difference. Like there was one play I think it was the first or second quarter. Mahomes kind of got out of that position, kind of did his scramble, threw one up. I'd have to go back, roll the tape, or NFL sign me, let me stream it, and they'll show the people. But you know what? I watched Noah Gray, and he kind of did like I don't know what to call it, but I watched it and I was like, I feel like Kels would have done more in that situation. Like, I feel like he almost kind of was like, I think it's out of reach, and he didn't try, where I was like, Kelsey would have done something nuts. He would have caught that. Right. Yeah. So it's like, 1 point game. I feel like a couple Kels catches is a field goal. Right. At the very least, I don't think there's a play in the KC playbook. And I want to say they might've even been mentioning it in the pregame, but there's probably not a play in the KC book without Kelsey in it, right? So it's a big change in that offense, right? He's a big dog, but I don't see what they got at running back. Like, yeah, they got Pacheco, but I'm not that high on him. I
got Pacheco in like the 4th or 5th, maybe maybe even later. Way later, actually, way later.
I still think they can come up with the division. I don't doubt that, but I just think they're going to be a step down. I think they're going to be a step down from where they were, and me with the Detroit pick today, it's what do you do?
It was good. I'll tell you what, this was a good first little show, man. I'm pretty stoked. I'm happy for the Lions. I'm happy for us. Yeah, I'm happy for Goff. I think it worked out.
I'm looking forward to next week, seeing what happens after week 1, chatting a little bit. Hopefully we'll let everybody in the league know about the show that they might want to watch, because I'm gonna be lipping everybody that loses. You're in the Bush League now, so that's what it takes. But and sure. I want everybody to remember to make sure you get all your stuff set in your leagues, please. So it'll pull the APIs over to my site I was showing there. Make sure everybody if you're in one of these projects, make sure you're join their Discord, give them a little love. Hop in ours, make sure you're signed up for the leaderboard, and let's have a little fun, see if we can move this Bush League forward, because I really want to turn this into something fun. Like, everybody has this negative view on NFTs and stuff, and my whole goal with everything I'm doing is like, I want the sports project to be its own thing. I want our fitness company to be its own thing. I want the media company to be its own thing. I want it to be where anybody can come without an NFT and be part of what we're doing and see the use case. Like, even a fantasy player can just come, and this could be a promotional tool for their construction company or for whatever. And then just really have the NFT as an underlying asset where, like, if you get it, you kind of get a taste of all of what we're doing, because everybody right now is like, make something and hope price goes up in that world. Right. And what we want to do is offer something that gives tangible value, just like you guys do over at Trading Sassy, giving discounts to real companies. The one thing I've always said is that's why everybody thinks they're sketchy, because everybody's just trying to play it as some silly investment. That's a crazy way to use the technology. The technology can be used to create community, to create savings. It's a literal thing. Like, I literally walked the streets in the 90s selling a coupon book that gave you discounts to every place. Like, people, if you don't think a digital coupon is a cool thing, I mean, everybody thought the paper one was. It's pretty cool. Like you'd go sell door to door, you'd sell 1,000 of them. So now imagine if you can have something that just you go and just like you guys have it, you're going to buy something you already do. You're a snowboarder, you're a skateboarder. You get a deal, like, because you're part of the community. And a lot of the tokens, it's just when it's done right, it creates community, it creates savings, and it creates what we're trying to do, fun. We can do something like fantasy leagues. And when the community comes together and steps up and actually uses this tech and promotes the projects within it, that allows us to grow. When we grow, we can give back to the community. And that's something that a lot of the projects are lacking. And that's something I think we're going to be able to really pioneer. So this show is going to be more than just Bush League, baby. It's going to be me and you changing the game and bringing everything forward and keeping people up to date. Like I said, I think we'll kind of put out an SOS Saturdays. If we're going to be around Sunday mornings, we'll probably hop on in the morning, have a cup of coffee, chat a little football, get you updated on who's in, who's out of the lineups, have a little Sunday morning banter, after I get a workout in, and it'll be a good old time. I'm looking forward to it. And I know we'll be every Thursday. We're going to try to go live right around halftime and kind of hash it up for an hour or two with everybody, see how it all flows. We'll get some guests on as the season goes. We'll have a little fun with it and see where we take it all. For sure. Yeah, dude. Great time, man. I'm so excited and I agree with you. I think that this tech is what's coming. I think that there's use cases everywhere. We just have to build it, and that's what we're doing, building and promoting, and happy to be here doing it with you and doing it with something I love, man. When you and I first started talking, it was, hey man, I just want to talk about sports, and that's still what I want to do. So I'm happy that I can be here, be on your platform, and be a part of it. So as long as we're talking sports, as long as we're having fun, I'm good. But for the Sundays, what is your thought? We're thinking X space? Yeah, we won't be live like video like this. I think we did try to figure out the logistics of doing this on a Twitter space, and I really do like the idea of the Twitter space. But I think X video and YouTube obviously is already a big thing. I think we're on the right track of doing this. I think it's gonna be cool if we can get some people, maybe we'll get some editing in, or one day someone will come and want to join us and pull up graphics, and then we'll get a little cooler than just me probably like leaning in. You're like looking at my nose while I'm trying to click on stuff and then do I know, right? And at the end of the day, I just want people to come enjoy what we're talking about and then vibe out with us, and that's where you can come hang out in your Discord or mine and chat with us and get to know us and see what activations we're doing and have all kinds of fun. It's just going to be cool to see where this whole show goes. And then, on Sundays, if it works out, we'll get at her. We'll talk a little fantasy and see where it all goes. I know once hockey gets coming, we'll be hosting a hockey league. We'll fire that up on Bushleague Sports as well. You'll be able to go in, join that through Discord and everything. And we'll have a little fun with it. I think we'll keep it a little calm this year. It'll probably just be an Alphas Pools league. I'll have my fantasy league with some of my buddies, but we don't want to get in over our heads this year. We got a lot on the go with the football league, but we're going to definitely draft a couple hockey leagues, just depending on how many people hop in. So I'd love to see that and see where this all goes. Sounds good, man. I'm here for it. And just appreciate you. Appreciate getting to watch the game. Who do we got next Thursday, man? Next Thursday, I'd have to take a gander at the lineup. I know, obviously, I'm just excited to kind of try to get through the first Sunday. Yeah, man. I just wondered who we're coming back with next week. Sorry, man. Oh, let's see who we got. I'll take a quick peek. We'll see what we're becoming live to next week when we tune in. Yeah. Next week, Thursday, we've got Kirk Cousins and the Eagles. So that'll be a good one. That'll be a really good. That one will be a fun one to be here for. Yeah. What else we got? We got Giants 49ers. It'll be on our schedule. We got Lions Packers. Lions get another Thursday night. It's the Packers. Bears Commanders. Week 6. That's going to be a highlight. Chiefs Broncos on our Thursday nighter. I'll be buzzing that night. Jaguars Saints. Bills and Bucks. You get one a night with your boys. Titans Steelers. Panthers Bears. Bears got a couple. Hey, Bengals and Ravens. Packers and Lions again on Thursday. Nice. Yeah, there's a few. Well, we'll get a different variety of teams playing when we're here on Thursday night. It'll be fun. But no, I got figure out what kind of song I want to play us on the way out here. I don't even know what the heck the plan is, but we'll get something buzzing and we'll play us out of here. But thank you for joining me. I look forward to going through this fantasy league. We're obviously going to dust your squad, but good luck to Sassy and everybody else in the tournament. You're all going to need it. We're vets over at Bush League, so watch out. But no, I'm excited to do all this and see where it all goes.
Keep your talking, man. Keep your talking. We'll see what happens. I think we probably need to get some side bets going on here. I was already thinking about a side bet for week 2. So you and I did picks for the whole week.
Yeah.
Let's say this. Whoever comes in on the underside, whoever loses the first week picks has to come in. Let's start off easy. Let's say 25 push-ups right at the start of the space. I guess you can't be on camera.
I can do whatever. No, I can do anything, man. I can. Oh, good thing I'm wearing pants. Good thing I'm wearing pants. That could have been nasty. I wasn't planning for that one. We can do whatever.
What do you think? 25 push-ups.
I do my fitness show with Joel in the gym. If I got to, I'll set her up there and I'll crank one out. Oh, geez, don't clip that. I won't do that. But no, we'll work one out in the gym there, right? And we'll have a good old time, right?
All right. Let's talk about it. We'll make a plan.
I have 25 losers, 25 push-ups at the end of week 1. Let's see what happens.
Let's do it. And they do it on Thursday at the start of the space, halftime of the game next week. And,
I like it. Okay, well, I'm stoked to do this. Obviously, shouts to you, shouts to Shredding Sassy, shouts to every community that joined the tournament. I hope you guys are viewing, learning, having a little fun. Obviously, you're the first people we're here to keep dialed into the fantasy season. So come ask me anything. Ideally, if you're in the leagues, please join my Discord. I'm a single dad. I'm trying to run most of this company by myself with Joel. It's going to be a lot easier for me to chat with all of you in that space instead of trying to keep track of 10, 12 different leagues. It would be definitely cool for me, but either way, whatever. You guys have your fun, have your banter in all of them, and we'll have a good old time and look forward to seeing you again next week, buddy.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, and just so everybody knows, this isn't financial advice. This is Bush League. Stay sassy.
I love it, baby. All right, everybody. On behalf of my co-host and myself, TKB here, Sleep, thank you for joining me. It's been an awesome first show. I'm really honored to get to do this and bring this to everybody. I can't wait to see you guys next week. Just like I said, really fun. It's been a dream of mine to do this, and just can't wait to keep sharing my passion for sports and everything else with you guys, and really looking forward to hashing up again next week. So, without further ado, I'm going to play a song or two if I can cue it up. We're Bush League. We got no one in the back doing it. But I'm stoked. Can't wait to see you next week. Stay Bush League, you beauties.
Oh. Yes, sir. It's the doggy. Yeah. Come on. You walking around the sandbox. Come to my neighborhood. Pull up to the mansion. This how we do it, y'all. Yes, sir.